What's up, guys? So this is a trial that's going on right now that I've been watching. So since I'm watching it, I'm like, hey, I'll just let you guys watch it with me. Just kind of chilling out and going over like some of the things that are going on in this case. It's in Iowa. It's a family of 4. There is the mother and father, brother and sister. Um, they are accusing the older brother, 22 years old, of killing his mother, his father, and his 19-year-old sister. So here we are to get back with it. They just went on a brief break, and yeah, we'll just continue it from there. I'll bring it to live though. All right, yeah. So they should be starting off real soon. Let me make sure it's up to. All right, here we go.
Mr. Shear, are you guys anticipating this will be done by noon? Okay. All right. We'll break at noon then, just so be prepared for that with your question. Yeah. Yep. No. We'll go by actual time, not these times. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and have a seat. Okay, we are back on the record. We have our jurors, counsel, Mr. Jackson, all present. Mr. Shear, is the state prepared to call its next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. The state would call Officer Curtis Buckles to the stand.
All right.
Okay, let me see what's going on with the audio real quick. I'm seeing that you guys are saying you guys can't hear it, so let me make sure I'm sharing audio. Let's see. I have it on the loudest.
Testimony.
Let's make sure.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And for the record, can you please provide us with your first and last name and spell them both, please?
Kurt, C-U-R-T, Buckles, B-U-C-K-L-E-S.
All right, Mr. Shear.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Officer Buckles.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Officer Buckles, can you briefly tell us what your current position is with the Cedar Rapids Police Department?
I am currently assigned to the K-9 unit, so my duties are both patrol and I have the explosive detection dual-purpose K-9.
And I'm going to have to make sure you kind of speak up a little bit louder so we can all hear you, okay?
Okay.
When did you become employed with the City of Cedar Rapids Police Department?
I was hired by Cedar Rapids Police Department.
Can you just please give us a brief history of your training and education in order to be a certified peace officer?
After graduating high school, I attended Kirkwood Community College in 2001 to 2003, where I graduated with my associate's degree in criminal justice. I then went on to the University of Northern Iowa and obtained my bachelor's degree in criminology and graduated from there in 2005.
And are you a certified law enforcement officer throughout the state of Iowa?
Yes, upon being hired by the Cedar Rapids Police Department in June of 2005, I attended the Law Enforcement Academy through the Cedar Rapids Police Department.
And you are currently a K-9 officer assigned with the partner Corsa. Could you spell her name, please?
Korsa.
How long have you been assigned with Corsa?
I got Corsa in May of 2019.
Prior to being a K-9 officer assigned with Corsa, what was your previous position?
When I graduated from the academy, I was a patrol officer. And in March of 2009, I applied for an opening in the K-9 unit. At that time, I was selected to be a member of the K-9 unit. And I was partnered with a dual purpose narcotic detection dog named Narco. And I worked Narco for 10 years on the street. And I retired him at the end of April of 2019 due to age. And that is when I got K-9 Corsa as my new partner and was trained with her to be an explosive detection dual purpose dog.
So in all, how long have you been a K-9 officer?
Almost 14 years.
And just as a K-9 officer, can you just briefly describe to me what are your duties and responsibilities?
Are you asking as in like an everyday on the street type thing?
Let's first go with it as an everyday on the street type of thing.
Okay. As I stated earlier, I am still a patrol officer on the street. I handle calls for service with other officers, but I take on the extra responsibilities and the duties with the K-9 of responding to any kind of calls for service that the K-9 could be used. For the explosive detection side of Corsa, if there's ever a call for service where there's a suspicious item, a suspicious package, something where an explosive detection dog would need to be used, say there's a call where somebody states that there's an explosive somewhere, but we don't know where, I would respond with Corsa and use Corsa to search and try to locate any possible devices. And I work with the bomb squad on those types of calls where they respond to do anything like whether they have to x-ray the picture of the item to determine what it could be. But I work with them so that Corsa can be used to deploy out using her nose to sniff and find the explosive device or determine if we have a suspicious item, whether it could be an explosive device by detecting the odors that she's trained on. For the patrol aspect of Corsa's job is anytime that there could be, say, a business or a residence, say that there was a burglary, Corsa can be used to search that house or building to potentially locate any intruders that are inside of that building or residence. She's also used for area searches. If we have somebody out in an open area that we are searching for that has possibly committed a crime, we would use the dog to search that area with her being out ahead of officers for safety reasons. And she's also trained in tracking of locating individuals leaving a possible crime scene.
And you said quite a bit there, Officer Buckles. I'm going to come back later on to kind of break some of that apart, okay?
Okay.
But just in general also, what type of certification does Corsa and yourself have?
Upon going through a training course with Corsa, at that time was NAPWADA, and once we trained through that school, I had to meet with a trainer from the NAPWADA program. And they have certain set standards in various explosive detection venues that Corsa has to complete and has to pass their standards for locating the odors in those venues. And then on the patrol side of it, she has to be able to do a building search, a track, bite work, and various things. And they have standards for each category. And I have to run through scenarios of those categories that they set up. And I have to be able to complete the various things that they are looking for, their requirements in each of those venues.
And I will talk about those requirements in detail a little bit later on, but have you passed each one of these standards that are required in order for you to be NAPWA certified?
Yes, I passed the NAPWADA certifications in July of 19. That is when I completed the K-9 school with Corsa. I also completed those standards again in fall of 2019, so that I was on the same rotating schedule of certification with the rest of our K-9 unit in our department. 2020 was waived because of COVID. And then once again in 2021, I certified with her.
And what about currently, what about 2022?
Yes, 2022, I certified in the fall also.
And when will you test to be certified in 2023?
In the fall. I don't have an exact date, but we try to line it up in the area of September and October.
Can you tell me what NAPWA stands for?
National Police Working Dog Association.
With regards to being certified by NAPWA, do they actually go through scenarios and events, or do they just kind of give you a rubber stamp certification?
They have to set up scenarios for each event. And then you are, whether it's on the explosive detection side of it, I have to do a scenario where there's multiple vehicles. Of course, it has to sniff all the vehicles. Some vehicles have hides on them, some vehicles don't. I have to be able to go through, and she has to indicate on the vehicles that have odors without missing. And I have to tell the judge that what vehicles have explosive odors on them, and call my indication on those vehicles. Then we have a tracking where they have a track that's laid for that sits for an approximate certain amount of time. And then I have to bring Corsa up. They give me a general starting area, and I have to deploy Corsa with her tracking commands and have her locate that track. And I have to track with Corsa to the completion of the end of the track. We also have a building search where Corsa and myself have to enter into a building. She has to be deployed out to find what we would classify as a decoy, would be a person hiding in the building. And she has to give me an indication and alert to me where that decoy is hiding.
Once again, we talked a lot about that. We're probably going to break some of that down a little bit later on. Is NAPWA recognized by any other agency, or do they do training for anybody else? Or just explain to me how big NAPWA is.
So how we got started with NAPWADA was we were previously, before NAPWADA, we trained and certified through American Working Dog, which was out of Indiana. Financially, the department was looking at, instead of sending 7 of us canine handlers down to Indiana every year to certify, would it be more cost effective to go to a program that we could bring somebody in-house to certify us? At that time, we started looking around. We started looking at the different programs that are out there. There are a lot of them. We like the standards in NAPWADA. We talked to different people in the, I guess you would call it the canine world, that from other agencies that had good things to say about NAPWADA. At that time, Sergeant Chris Bieber was in charge of our canine unit. Himself and 2 of our canine officers went down to a NAPWADA certification conference, and those 2 handlers competed in all the certification courses at that conference to test the program out, to see what we thought of it. They liked what they saw and how they felt about the program and the way that they ran things, and it's just the good credibility of this program. Therefore, we decided to switch over to NAPWADA. And at that point in time, when we did, we then brought certified instructors / judges through NAPWADA here, and then those judges would set up the different venues for us to run our dogs through.
Who are the officers that you sent from your Cedar Rapids Police Department agency to be certified by them to be trainers?
Let me correct you there too. certified to be trainers is what you're asking?
Yes, and maybe I poorly phrased that, but I thought you said
Yeah.
that there was 2 officers sent to review the program to see if it was something that you could do in-house training.
Correct. So let me clarify that. They didn't go down there to be certified judges. They went down there to to run their dogs through the venues that they have per certification. So officers, if I recall right, was Officer Sean Hall and Officer Amy Schumann. They both have narcotic detection dogs and also patrol dogs. So they did all the venues that were set up for the patrol, the building search, the track, the area search. They also did all the narcotic events. And then they had their opinion on what they felt about the program. And then we talked about it as a whole unit and made the decision that we are going to switch to NAPWADA. When we then certified as an entire unit under NAPWADA, we brought in judges that are members through NAPWADA that have nothing to do with our agency.
How many K-9 officers are in your unit?
7.
Has any of the K-9s not been certified by NAPWADA?
All of our current dogs right now, take that back. We do have majority of them. We do have some new dogs that certified through a different program out of Tar Heel Canine when they were down there with their dogs doing the canine school.
Has Corsa ever not been certified?
No.
Has Corsa ever had a problem passing the requirements to be certified?
No.
In the binder right in front of you, that white binder, would like you to turn to State's Exhibit number 3. There are 4 documents that are consistent with State's Exhibit number 3. Would you look at those 4 documents? Tell me when you're done looking at them.
I'm done.
Do you recognize those 4 documents that are consistent with what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit number 3?
Yes.
And when just looking at those 4 documents, what are those in general?
The first page is a certification for Corsa and myself through the National American Police Working Dog Association.
What is the second page?
The second page is the same thing, a certificate of November of 2009 for a certification through NAPWADA, which would have been my second certification that year.
And not to, I think you might have misspoken, but Officer Buckles, you said 2009. What's the actual year?
Sorry, 2019.
Thank you, sir. And what about page 3?
That would be a certification through NAPWADA, again for Corsa and myself, for October of 2021.
And how about page 4?
Page 4 is our most recent certification that took place in September of 2022 through National Tactical Police Dog Association.
What's the importance to be having these certifications?
Sorry, can you say that again?
What's the importance to have certifications for you and your dog?
Through K9, you are required to pass certification testing once a year. So these certificates show that per the organization that has those standards, that I was able to complete those standards with Corsa and pass all the testing that they have through their organization.
And if you or Corsa did not pass the standards in order to be certified, what would happen to you or Corsa as in working on the streets?
If I was not able to pass those tests, I would not be able to work her on the street in the areas that she failed, and I would have to go back and try to recertify at a different time.
And so specifically areas that she has passed in is tracking and explosives.
And building search and bite work.
And when looking at States Exhibits 3, which is page 1, 2, 3, and 4 of that exhibit, are those fair and accurate copies of your certifications?
Yes, they are.
Have they been altered or changed in any way?
Not to my recollection.
Thank you. Your Honor, I would ask that State's Exhibit 3, which contains pages 1 through 4, be omitted into the record.
Any objection? You may. I thought you had a set.
No objection.
All right, then, State's Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Like I said, Officer Buckles, I'm going to go back and talk a little bit more about these later on, but let's now move forward to June 15th of 2021. Do you recall this date?
Yes, I do.
Were you working on this date?
Yes, I was.
And what capacity were you working at?
I was working as a patrol officer with my canine partner, Corsa.
What shifts or what time was your shift begin?
I began at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And what time did your shift end normally?
At 2:12
2:12 p.m.
p.m.
Do you remember what the weather was like back on June 15th of 2021?
It was a summer morning, and it was obviously warm, being the time of year, but I don't recall it being overly hot. I mean, it was early in the morning.
Do you know if it was raining?
I do not recall it raining at all during that dates of June 15th.
Almost just like a typical hot summer Iowa day.
Correct.
On that date, at around 8 a.m., were you dispatched anywhere?
Yes, at approximately 8:23 hours on that date, I was dispatched to 4414 Oakleaf Court Northeast.
Why were you dispatched to this location?
Well, I was on a call for service at that time, and I heard radio traffic go out that dispatch was sending officers to this location for a subject that had been shot.
And did you receive information that an individual had contacted 911 about being shot?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to omit and publish for the jury State's Exhibit number 1, which is the 911 call that was made by the defendant on June 15th of 2021. There is 2 calls labeled 1A and 1B.
Any objection? All right, then, State's Exhibit 1, I guess, or 1A and 1B is or are admitted.
Thank you. And Your Honor, just to give an idea of time frames, the total time with these 2 calls combined is about 15 minutes.
So do you want me to?
We're ready for the system to be ready so we can
All right.
publish.
Okay.
Our speakers don't want to talk that much. And for the record purpose, the first call that we are playing is State's Exhibit 1, call labeled 1A.
Linn County Sheriff, where is your emergency?
Someone broke into our house. Our address is 4414 Oakleaf Court Northeast. I've been shot. My other family member's been shot. I need help immediately.
Okay, I'm getting Cedar Rapids on the line here.
I've been shot in the foot.
Okay, sir, stay on the line. Stay with me. You should be answering. Give them the address right away.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
4414 Oakleaf Court Northeast.
Okay, what's going on?
Someone broke in.
Okay.
I've been shot.
You've been shot?
My dad's been shot.
Okay, hold on just a second. Are they still there?
No, they left.
They left. Did they come inside the house?
Yeah.
Okay, where were you shot at?
Downstairs.
No, on your body. On your body, where have you been shot?
Foot.
I'm sorry, where?
Left foot.
In your
Left
foot?
foot.
Okay, how old are you?
20?
How old are you?
20.
20. Okay. I've got help coming. Just stay on the line with me, okay? Do you know who it was that broke in?
What's that?
Do you know who broke in?
No.
Okay. Did you get a look at them?
No.
Could you tell if it was a man or a woman?
Man.
A man. Could you tell if they were white, black, Hispanic? That's okay if you don't know. Just stay on the line with me, okay? What's your first name?
I'm Alex.
Alex. Does that help come in, okay? Just stay on the line with me and don't hang up, okay? The number I have is
I think I spooked him off.
You think what?
I let him run.
You're doing just fine, Alex. Just stay on the line with me. What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it just your foot?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's funny.
Okay. Do you have a dry clean cloth or towel you can put on there so we can control the bleeding?
I tried to put a belt on my leg, but it broke.
You tried to do a tourniquet and it broke?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a cloth or a towel, a shirt, anything that's clean and dry?
I can go get one.
Okay. If you can get one, just please keep me on the phone, okay? Anything will do. Just something that's clean and dry so we can control the bleeding. Do you know how they got in the house?
The back door, I think.
The back door?
It's open, so
Okay.
I'm not an expert.
No, that's all right, Alex. I just didn't know what you saw and what you didn't, okay? We've got them coming, and they're coming lights and sirens. I've got an ambulance coming for you. You're doing great, Alex. You're doing good. Is anybody else home with you?
My sister,
Your sister? Where's she at?
her bedroom.
In her bedroom is up. Okay. She should be in her bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. What's your sister's name? Sabrina?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Alex. I just want to make sure that we know who's supposed to be in that house, okay?
Yeah.
Just you and your sister for now, right?
Oh.
Did you find anything dry? Anything clean that we can put on the foot?
I'm trying to put cloth on.
Okay. Just put pressure on where it's bleeding, okay? As much as you can stand. Don't lift it up to look, okay? That's how we're going to control the bleeding.
Okay.
Okay. This person that you saw in your house, did they leave out the back door?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the time delay? How long ago was this?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you remember
Some time
anything?
ago,
Okay.
I just got my phone.
Okay. Do you think it was like an hour ago or like 5 minutes ago? You don't know? 10 minutes ago?
Maybe.
Okay. That's all right. I understand. You're in some. Okay. Hold on. Okay.
Your Honor, now for record purposes, the state would play on State's Exhibit 1, the second 911 call, which is labeled 1B. Go ahead.
Hello?
Alex, I've got him coming. I'm just talking on the radio too, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember what color shirt or what color hair this guy had? Anything about him?
Black?
You you think it was a black male or a black shirt?
Both.
Okay.
Ooh.
And was it a long gun or was it a short gun, like a handgun?
A long gun.
It was a long gun? Like a rifle style?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. He says he's a, okay, I've got him coming right there on Oak Leaf Court, so they're almost there. Okay, where are you in the house, Alex?
Downstairs.
You're in the lower level? Okay,
My room.
in your room? Okay.
Oh.
Are you able to meet them at the back door? Are you able to walk?
If
If not, just stay in your room.
I'm in my room.
Okay, Alex? Is that back door still wide open?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell him to come in that back door, okay? Okay, hold on just a second. Just you and your sister in the house, right?
Yeah.
No parents or grandparents, animals?
My mom's here too.
Your mom is there too?
Yeah.
Okay, so you, your sister, and your mom?
Yeah.
Okay,
My dad's here, but
4414. Do you have a house number? Do you have like a phone line?
4414.
No, like a house, like a
It's like on the
landline.
corner.
Do you have like, does mom have a cell phone or sister, or do you guys have a house like phone, like a landline? Or do you,
Yeah.
do you have a landline? Do you know the house phone number?
892 4025.
892-4025?
I think so.
Okay, that's what you think it is?
I can't remember now, so. Oh,
All right, Alex. Do you know if mom and sister are safe? Did the guy go upstairs?
well, I don't see them.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure that,
I
have
hear
you
a
seen
phone
your mom or
number.
you hear it ringing?
Yeah.
The house number's ringing?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's us calling. We're trying to get a hold of sister or mom, just to make sure they're safe. I've got officers all around the house. I just want to make sure that I keep you on the line, okay? Nobody's answering that house phone. Are you sure anybody's home?
They should be.
Okay. Does your sister have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you know her number by heart? Do you know that?
No.
Okay. You're doing good, Alex. Alex, do you have any weapons downstairs? Any guns, knives, anything like that?
No, but there's a
No.
gun on the floor.
There is. That's not yours?
It's ours, but we got shot by it.
So he took your gun and shot you?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure. I tell my officers this. Hold on.
Ah. Oh. Ah.
Very last house on the dead end on the right? No, you're the first house, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you?
Oh. That's the doorbell if you're wondering.
Okay, they're coming into your backyard. Okay.
Oh. Hey. Oh. Ah.
I can hear it.
Ah.
Okay, I've got officers in the back and the front. They're just trying to get mom and sister to come to the door if they're there. Okay, that's why they're ringing your doorbell.
Okay.
Okay, is your driveway, does that come out on Scarlet Oak?
Sure.
Do you know? Because the house that they're at, which I think I can hear your doorbell, the driveway's on Scarlet Oak, but you have an Oak
Side
East
road.
address. Yeah, okay. Yep, you're right.
Oh. Yeah. That's a lot of blood.
Could sister and mom be gone, do you think?
Hopefully.
Okay. Okay, I've got officers coming to that back door. You're still in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the hallway.
Do you think you know who did this to you?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Alex, do you still have that cloth on your foot?
I'm putting pressure on it.
Okay, good. Good job.
I'm down here. In the hallway.
Let me know when they're right with you.
They're coming in now.
Okay, let me know when they're right there with you, and then we'll disconnect.
Yes. Oh.
Alex, are they right there with you?
Oh, I have my hand on my foot. They're down the hallway.
On scene and one more. Alex, they're right with you?
Okay.
Officer Buckles, when you arrived on scene, were you equipped with a body camera?
Yes, I was.
And was that working properly?
Yes.
And did your body camera record your interactions when you arrived on scene to when you made contact with the defendant?
Yes, it did.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
Officer Buckles, I'm handing you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 2. Have you had a chance to review that CD?
I've reviewed my body camera, yes.
And when reviewing the body cam footage, is it a correct and accurate copy of your interactions that were done on June 15th of 2021?
Yes.
And any corrections or changes that have been made that you're aware of?
No.
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask to admit State's Exhibit number 2, which is the body cam footage from Officer Curtis Buckles.
Any objection? All right, then Exhibit 2 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you wanting to publish this?
That was going to be my next request, Your Honor. Permission to publish the body cam footage. Your Honor, for record purposes, we are first looking at State's Exhibit number 2, Buckles Body Cam 1, which is approximately 16 minutes long.
Just to be clear, are there two parts to
There are
Exhibit 2?
two parts, Your Honor.
All right.
State's Exhibit 2 contains Buckles Body Cam 1 and Buckles Body Cam number 2.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's bleeding bad. We need to get into him. Right. There's people in the house. There's no reason they can't. Yeah. Let me grab Corsa and I'll just take her with our side.
We're calling that landline now and nobody's answering. We can sister for sure and maybe mom.
Okay. We're starting to move up towards the house ground and myself going towards the back. Corsa and then Barbara's going to come from the house. This one, right? Well, the thing was there was a court and then a court. Yeah. But it did show the far dead end. But it's the one in the corner. Okay, and this is the very last house at the dead end on the right, correct? Big dog in back door. Okay. 4414. Is that right? 4414. Alright, we're on the back side. It looks like there's egress right there. So, try not to get out on that yet. You say run the door though. Okay. Barbara, go again. I don't see any open doors. Go up and see if this. Yeah, I don't really want to be in front of the window if this is. Yeah. Say what, hold right here. I'm gonna go long. I'm gonna get behind that tree. I'm gonna get a look on the backside. I still think something.
We're Brown's spinning out to get a look, so we're not walking right in front of these windows. We're wondering if it's not a swatting call. Okay. Sarge, you want to come with me since he's covering? So right at the end of this landing here is sitting open. So we're gonna have windows either way we go. So I think we're just gonna have to approach. So you want to come up and be my lethal force? We will go up and see what we can see. All right. Brown, Sarge and I are gonna approach and try to get to the door and see what we can see from there.
Police department! Where are you at? What's that?
We got contact with one subject in the house. Talking to him. All right, wait on the floor right there.
You down here by yourself?
There's a subject down. Can you put your hands out to the side where I can see them?
I have my hand on my foot.
Wait a minute. Is there more than one?
There's two, yeah.
Okay. This guy looks like he's got a gunshot to the head.
115.
He looks dealing. We got ammo out here.
Justin, have you guys Corey, Justin, you upstairs? Corey, you want to go upstairs with him?
Yep. This all needs to be cleared out though. We got a door here.
Who's this down here? Who are you?
Is that your dad?
What happened?
What happened?
He came down. There was a man.
Who shot your dad?
Who else is here?
My sister.
She's back?
Yeah, she's in her room.
Is she okay?
I think so. What's her name? Sabrina?
Is that a room right there?
You already got this behind us? I didn't. I got that. It's just lots of deep ones, right? Sea Rapids Police!
Third victim?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. 115, we have 3 victims.
We're gonna go.
At least 3 ambulances.
Barber, come in front of me. You come in front of me, Barber?
Yeah.
Brown, you go help Kaczynski, and then we'll take you upstairs.
I'll start here.
Police department! Stand up if you're here! Hey, Sarge, come out here, so. Go, Barber, back him up. I'm holding these rooms. Plus, of course it plus. No! We're clearing the house! These guys tell fire to back up. They're trying to come through the front door. We're clearing this house. Come on up the top of the stairs. Over here has not been cleared yet.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Cedar Rapids Police, if anyone's inside, sound off now. Police department.
That can be the wife.
Yep.
Okay. Doors open in the back. To the bathroom. Doors open to the 692. We have a fourth victim. Upstairs bedroom.
Alright. Then you're coming through on here slowly.
Clear right here. Yeah, so, hey, we got him. Is anybody down tending to him? He's over by Dad now in the firearm. No.
Hey, stop moving! Yeah.
I'll get him with an ambulance.
Yep. There's not a third floor.
There's nothing more further? Not that I know of.
This is all clear back here? Yeah.
That's all been cleared?
And the basement's been completely cleared, right? Garage is cleared.
Yeah.
We did.
Garage, yep. Whatever was broke up in the basement, we'll call that.
Where was mom in here?
Mom's laying right in here.
Where she shot it.
I'm guessing the head because there's blood on the pillow.
So we got, the whole house has been cleared, right?
I believe so.
Corey, what story?
You just said 3 DOA, 1 is injured.
I think let's take him out back.
Yep. I'm going to go out the front door with Corsa, put her away.
Yeah, and then just have fire and area come around back.
Go to the back. They're bringing 1 subject out the back door who's injured. One guy. We got
One patient?
We got 1
Agent
injured.
4 and Adam 39.
Okay.
PD was like,
Don't go in the front yet. You're going to want just meet them down at the back door. down. Why don't you go with your down?
I did all the way down there real quick, but
You haven't have anything in there.
nothing on you're not supposed to have. Okay. I just want to make sure that everybody's safe. There's a possibility that I can't forget that.
Okay. Alex, what's your date of birth? Okay. So, 2000.
2000. Okay. Make you 20 even.
20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What hospital are you going to?
I don't know.
You prefer or
I don't care.
what?
I'll take him to Luke's.
Luke's? Okay. That's probably closer. I'm up here, and then Tim Mike's gonna follow him down.
692 or 800.
Year-old son that was shot in the foot is being transported by area to St. Luke's right now. Three obvious, and then the 20-year-old is injured to the foot, I believe. Ten four. We got some shell casings right here.
Okay.
We have confirmed all three.
Yeah.
Is that it for right now, Mr. Chair?
Right now, Your Honor. A second. Officer Buckles, we saw a lot of things in that 16-minute video I want to kind of go over and talk to you about, okay?
Okay.
So when you arrived on scene, there appeared to be other officers present. Who were those officers?
Recall being the second officer on scene. Officer Brown was first on scene, and that's who I made contact with first at our squad cars and started talking. Officer Barber showed up, and then that's when we started to approach the residents, Officer Brown and myself, along with Canine Corsa. We went towards the back of the residences to try to get more of a tactical advantage to try to get a view of the residents that we believe was in question for this call. And our Officer Barber was going to go to the front of the residence. And then, as you can see in the video, Officer Brown and myself, once we get up to the point of the residence in question, we stood by trying to come up with a plan. Obviously, with the information that we had, we didn't know exactly what was going on with this call. And officer safety comes into a big play in a call like this. And so I held my point there, and then Sergeant Hansen showed up and came to my point. And then later in the video, you can see that Officer Kaczynski had arrived, and he is in the residence with us also.
And is that Officer Justin Kaczynski
Yes.
and Sergeant Phil Hansen
Yes.
and Officer Corey Barber
Yes.
and Officer Tim Brown?
Yes.
So those were all the officers that were on scene until paramedics arrived,
That I can recall, yes.
as well until firefighters arrived,
Correct.
and not also including Corsa as well.
Correct.
Why did you take Corsa with you?
I took her with me because we didn't know exactly what was taking place. From the information that I recall from the dispatched information from the time that I heard the call go out to getting there was that a subject was in the house and had been shot. That somebody had broke into the house. So we didn't know was the person that supposedly broke into the house still in the residence or not. We didn't know exactly what we had going on. So I brought her with me. That way, once we were up at the situation, she can either be at my side like she was throughout that entire video, or if a situation arose where I needed to deploy her, I could do so.
At any time when you first brought Corsa with you into the house, were you doing any of her official duties such as searching or tracking?
No.
She seemed, to a lay person, very excited, breathing very heavy. Any concerns about that?
No, she's a working dog. She's a Belgian Malinois. They're known for having high drive. They love to work. You know, I started my shift at 7 o'clock in the morning, and this is, you know, approximately 8:23. It's, you know, she's just getting out the car to do something that she enjoys doing, which is working, and she's excited. Also, you know, when she's at my side, due to her height when she's standing or sitting, and the location of the body camera that's mounted on my exterior bulletproof vest, the camera is right by her. So therefore, these cameras pick up sound very well. So it does make her breathing sound very, very loud because that camera is right very close to her head.
And as you and other officers approached the house, you're given very limited information. What was your initial thoughts of what was going on?
Well, at first, when I met with Officer Brown, you know, he had said that, you know, recently he had a swatting call up in that area of where this incident took place. We do get swatting calls, fake calls that come in, and it'll usually be a call that something major has happened, but then it's just a false call. So therefore,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but just to kind of clarify though, you've never had, or no officers have any issues or calls with regards to this home before though?
No, never before to this house.
So I just want to clarify this, what I'm talking about, and I know that there was conversations about this like swatting call somewhere else in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, what, as you were approaching, observations are you made that you processed when you're approaching this house and what to do?
Yep. So obviously with just the unknowns of what's going on, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this incident has happened, we do have a subject who's on the line with dispatch stating that he's in the house and that he's injured. We need to get to him as soon as possible to render medical aid to him. However, we need to do it in a officer safety manner so that it's safe for us because of the unknown circumstances. Just, I mean, arriving to that neighborhood, there's not a lot that goes on in that neighborhood. It's a very quiet, very nice neighborhood. So to have a call like this in that neighborhood just is a little different. So then you have to, you know, be careful with your approaches to these situations to make sure that you keep officer safety in mind. So just working up to the residents, making sure that we had the house, you know, in question, we were making sure we had the right house, and then just trying to get to the point of the individual who was on the phone to, like I stated earlier, to render aid, but make it safe for officers.
Going back, when you first arrived in the neighborhood, what street did you take to turn into the neighborhood?
42nd Street.
And what street did you turn on to go down towards the residence?
That would be Oakleaf Court.
When you were arriving into the neighborhood or making your way to the location, did you see anybody running from the direction you were going?
No.
Did you see anybody out and about that appeared to be suspicious?
No, from what I recall, I don't recall seeing people. It was just very quiet.
See anybody wearing dark clothing with a face mask?
No.
See anybody wearing green shoes?
No.
And then as you and officers approached the house, again, did you see anybody out and about besides officers?
No.
See anybody running away from the house?
No.
See anybody making any noise in the woods behind the house?
No.
See anything that would indicate there was anyone close by or near that home as you're approaching it.
No.
So you and officers safely approached the house. Why not just let Corsa go inside the house?
Corsa is trained to search structures, whether it's a building or a residence. However, she is trained to detect human odor. And when she searches a structure, once she locates human odor, she does one of two things. If I deployed her in this situation, it would be for somebody who is not supposed to be in the residence or the building. Therefore, she would bite and apprehend the individual and hold on to them to keep them from fleeing further. Also to allow officers and myself to know exactly where this person is at so that we can approach safely. Or she will give me an indication if she detects a person in the residence and their odor, but she cannot get to their actual person. In this situation, with the information that we had of a subject on the phone with dispatch stating that he was in the house, that he had been shot, I did not want to deploy my dog into that house to search because of knowing that we had an injured individual in the house who was stating that he was the victim of being shot.
What, just hypothetically, what would you say if someone said that humans don't leave odors and dogs can't smell human odor? What have you learned or been trained about that?
Through my approximately 14 years of being a canine handler, I've been through training schools, been to training seminars. Humans do leave odors. That's how the dogs locate people. Besides tracking of disturbed vegetation and human odor, the dogs smell human odor when they do a building search or a residence search. That's how they find the person, is they go off of the odor. They're also, maybe we're outside and there's a subject hiding. Maybe we don't know exactly where they ran, but they're out hiding in an area. We will use the dogs to use the wind direction to smell for that human odor. And the dog will work, once they come across human odor, they will work what's called a scent cone, and they will use that scent cone working back and forth till they can work in and pinpoint where that human odor is exactly coming from.
What if, just in a hypothetical, people say that dogs track the disturbance of the ground or the vegetation, it's not the actual odor left? Would you agree with that?
Can you state that again?
What if it's like said in a hypothetical that dogs are not able to actually track a human odor, but it's instead tracking the disturbance of the ground or the vegetation? Do you agree that that's correct, or that you actually can track the human odor?
When it comes to tracking, the dog is tracking disturbed vegetation, but human odor can also be mixed into that odor that the person is leaving behind, where the dog is still smelling that human odor. And as they are tracking along on the disturbed vegetation, say a person crosses cement, you're still leaving human odor. Human odor could blow up against like a building, right as on cement where they're walking along. The dog is still smelling that and tracking. So it's a combination of both. And then as the dog is tracking that disturbed vegetation and possible odor being left behind by the individual, when the dog is following that track and say the individual has stopped and is sitting, that odor gets stronger while they're sitting in that area. So therefore, the dog, as they're tracking, they get closer and they start to recognize the odor that they have from that track is now getting stronger. They're getting close to the person. The dog, and every dog is different. Corsa, the way she is she's nose down, buried to the ground when she's tracking. When she's tracking along, if she starts to raise her nose up in the air and she kind of sniffing and moving her head back and forth, I can tell that she's giving me what's called a proximity alert. And she's letting me know that she is now getting close to a very strong odor of the odor that she has been tracking. Same thing that she gives me when she's doing an area search for a person outside. And at that point, it lets me know that we are getting close to a person that is possibly hiding ahead of us.
Aaron, may I approach? You may.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's not quite noon, but 4 or 5 minutes till, but been informed that this is a good time for us to break. So we will take our lunch recess. I'd ask that you be back ready to go by 1:15. And again, I would just remind you of the admonition that I've given you previously. If you just want to leave your notepads in your little envelope and leave them on your chair, they'll be there for you when we resume. All right, go ahead and have a seat. Officer Buckles, you can step up. Is there any record anybody needs to make at this point? Mr. Scheer?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson? All right, then we'll close the record. Can I just see you guys for just a second? 1:15. Okay, sir. So I'm just thinking about the schedule.
Okay, so what I think is going on right now is they're doing break for those that cannot see the screen or the text. We'll continue. Okay, so what I think is going on right now is they're doing break for those that can. Okay, and so I don't know what you guys think about this right now. It's crazy. It makes no sense. This boy is literally saying that, I guess, a black guy, I don't know why they always got to use a black guy, came in with a black shirt. I'm assuming because they keep saying it, with green shoes. And I don't know if he's trying to say they were trying to rob the place or whatever. I don't, it just doesn't make sense, because they're asking him, you know, what weapon was used. And he's like, he sees a gun right here on the floor. And they're like, whose gun is it? And he's saying it's their gun, the family's gun, I guess, or the dad's gun. And he's the only one shot in the foot. Everybody has execution style wounds except for him. And it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what he's trying to do. Obviously cover his tracks, but his dad told him, get a job or move out. And this is the result of that. So I guess when you're told to be an adult and handle your business, this is the way out. I really don't understand what he thought he was going to accomplish, because if you're depending on your parents, now they're not here, what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to be in jail for the rest of your life. So I guess he could have went to jail many other ways than taking the lives of his parents and his sister. So I guess they'll be back in a little while. Ouch. I'm just going to continue to follow this case. Like I said, I've been watching it from like the beginning, but it took a minute for like the trial to come on. So now that that's going on, we'll be watching this, and later I'll be live. Uh-oh, what's going on? Well, I don't know what's going on outside, but yeah, so later I'll be live as well. I'm talking about the young lady that lost her life, 21 years old. She married a 21-year-old dude that used to come into her job and stuff like that. But she said after they got married, you know, he got really possessive. She moved in with him. She was from Nicaragua. And yeah, he decapitated her. Like, he dismembered her body, and he was living in the back of his parents' house. And he went over to his parents' house. He was kind of acting weird. And they're like, where's your wife? And he said something to them that alarmed them. His dad went over to their house, because they were living in the back, like I said, and found her dismembered body. So the cops said that when they got there, he stayed there. He waited for them, and they collected all of her pieces and took him down, and he admitted that he did it. So yes, we will be talking about that a little bit later. And if this trial continues on, I will be coming back on here so that we can watch it. So I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.